What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology Retold action. Spawning in the blue color, playing as Gaia. He is arguably the best Gaia player to have ever existed. And that is no small feat. His name? Kvoth. His opponent today, in the red color, currently one of the best players playing Age of Mythology Retold at the moment. He is one of my personal favorite players to watch. I think his strategies are some of the best out there, and he is an absolute amazing human to boot. In the red color, playing as Ra, his name is the Rapl. The map? Marsh. Relics on this map, we do have ourselves Oseberg Wagon here with the caravan, speed, and food cost reduction. This relic might not seem like, this relic might seem like it's very, very good. And it is, but how good is it? Is the question right now. It used to be S+++ because caravans were really, really good in Legacy, but in Retold, they're a lot worse. So I think a lot of, obviously pick this relic up. It's not going to be one you want to leave there, but it's one of those relics that you got to be like, how good is it? Some testing. Some testing might need to be necessary. Meanwhile, over on the left side of the map, we've got another relic here. Ankh of Ra. Fantastic relic, giving a little bit of favor trickle to anyone, would never hurt. Up on this position here, we've also got the Tower of Cestus, giving a little bit of bonus damage for your towers against myth units. I don't know about this relic. Tower's doing 8 damage, getting 0.4. That's kind of like they're doing now 10 or 11 damage against myth units. Every single myth unit's got really high pierce armor. So while your towers are going to be doing a lot better, I think that this one is a bit of a funky one, but it also doesn't make your fortresses do better against myth units. I think if this one did some more on the fortress, it might actually be a decent relic, but I would probably ignore that one. Adamantine shingles here increases house hit points by 100%. Very, very nice relic to keep your houses alive, especially when you're playing as Norse. Over here, the Black Lotus with the villagers farm gather faster. A relic that Rapl will definitely be wanting. Anyways, villagers now coming down onto this gold mine over here, and Rapl, he is going to be going through Dar. I'm interested in these sort of openings here from Rapl and why he chooses to do these sorts of things. He's getting the scouting out in the center of the map to see what? He's seeing the relics. That's very important. He's going to be able to pick up a relic. He's going to be able to get that Ankh of Ra. That's a big, big advantage for him, as we're seeing Leto. Kvoth, he is a madman. Kvoth, he is an absolute madman. What's the idea here? Is the idea here, let's get really, really strong destroyers? Is the idea here, this boosted pierce armor from Hephaestus' Revenge is going to be a really, really nice counter to mass slingers? Is the idea here to make mass automatons? We'll have to wait and see. At the moment, he's only got 3 oracles out, so he's not going for any mass favor strategies. It looks like he's going for a fast second town center. It's a very late advance time as well. Meanwhile, over on the other side of the map, there's the barracks coming up here for the Rapl. And if I'm completely honest, I really, really like the position that Kvoth is going for right now. Like a classical fight, 1 town center Ra as Atlantean. I want 2 town centers, and I want to play that on the defensive side here as the Gaia player every single day of the week. This is so, so good. Not only that, he's also got himself this spider layer upgrade. This spider layer upgrade here makes, where did he put it down? Do I get to know? Over here. This spider layer upgrade makes spider eggs spawn, 3 of them. And if your opponent walks over these, he will lose that, or lose a unit. It's basically a one-hit kill on a human unit. Now, it can kill an elephant, it can kill a camel, it could kill a slinger, so you can get all different types of value, but it is very, very good as the Wadget in the main base. There is an Oracle hero here. The Wadget in the main base getting some serious damage in. The Citizen going to be falling there after the poison damage stacked. I totally missed that. The Automaton, will it get through? Nice healing coming in here on the Wadget, but the Automaton is in hot pursuit. Automaton value, ladies and gentlemen, as the Oracle hero needs to stay nice and safe. As the Automaton going to be pulled back, this Oracle is very, very tanky at 116 HP. Town center up here is open, or up, I should say, and the trees coming through as the military barracks going to get dropped down. And Kvoth is going to be able to move very much so into his base. We do have the relic. Adamantine shield is now in. Adamantine shield? I don't know. I just got no idea. And Rapl sees the town center. Another Wadget is in here for the Rapl, as he's going to be wanting to spam those. They're really, really strong, but they're really, really squishy. So if Kvoth can defend this, he's going to be in a great spot. Remember, Kvoth is already out onto this position, so he can easily give up this gold mine if he so chooses, jump onto these herdables, and then just put these villagers over here onto this gold mine. It's not a big deal. Is he getting himself watchtowers? Yes, he is. As citizens here getting pushed back, we are seeing a hero Murmillo diving into the fray. There's the watchtowers up, and Rapl going to have to retreat back. We can talk a little bit about watchtowers now. I've seen a lot of complaints about defenses in Age of Mythology, about they're too weak. 4 damage on a watchtower is not very much. My opinion on this, and whether it's valid or not, I'll let you guys decide. I think towers at 8 damage per second is a perfectly reasonable defensive structure for the early game. I think there is an argument to be made that maybe towers could be a little bit stronger when upgraded. That's my current opinion. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. And there's always going to be times for meta to shift. A whole bunch of crazy different changes can come through. Hell, we can make our own patch as well at some point and have some fun with that. Lots of fun things. We do see some counter barracks coming up here as well in the main base to start making those spearmen. And Rapl is going to take the center of the map. Now, this was his plan all along. Push forward, get the spearmen out, take the center of the map, have all of this hunt for himself. Now, the obvious problem here for the Rapl is, or not problem, but weakness here of some sort, is he's just never, ever going to click that rain button. There's just so much hunt on the map, and he has that full control here. So whether that's good or bad, I don't know. It's actually pretty good that he doesn't have to build farms, saves a lot of resources on that. Probably like about 1,000 resources. And then when he does run out of food here, one really, really fun way to play is drop a market in the top corner. And then you rain with all your villagers. And then you, or not one market, but many markets. Then you rain with your villagers, you get your trade going, and it's really nice. But Rapl now getting himself a 3rd town center. And if Kvoth reads this, this is going to be very, very scary for the Rapl. Why? Heroic Age is going to come through. Behemoth can come through. Contarius can come through. Arcus can come through. Economy's already there for Kvoth. Rapl not only needs to catch up on the resources he spent on the town centers, 550 plus the build time, so let's call it 800 resources, 900 resources maybe, I don't know. You do the math. I'm not the mathematician here. I don't know what I was saying. I've lost my train of thought. But he's got a very, very big timing attack he can put onto the Rapl. And Rapl is going to have to be very, very careful here. He's going for electron bullets. He's going for leather frame shield. Now, if I'm looking at this army comp with the Wadgets, with the spears, and slingers, honestly, I'm just thinking mass Murmillo at the moment, with the option of going into Contarius if my opponent starts making axemen. That's the big thing I'm thinking about, as all these barracks are coming up. Look at the Wadget damage. He gets 2 shots on it. Looks like the Citizen's going to be able to... Wait, doesn't survive 2. My God, 8 shots from a Wadget kills a Citizen. Are you kidding me? We are, in fact, seeing Rhea coming through here for Kvoth. Now, he could He could trade her away a Wadjet. He could trade her away a Patsukos. It's not the best things in the world here to trade away for our main man here. Kvoth is getting that perception upgrade to boost his favor gather rate. Lots and lots of Murmillos here. He can also get himself this upgrade in the heroic age, which gives him all the favor he's spent on these heroes back. So if he's got 6, he's going to get at least 12 favor back. You'll see what it is over here, 25 favor back from clicking that upgrade, and he does it immediately. Now, this as far as I'm aware is bugged in that it's not supposed to make your heroes give you favor back. It's not supposed to make your heroes cost no favor, but it does, and we'll see what Kvoth is going to be able to do here. He can also just go for mass hero Murmillo here. We are seeing Rapl. He's reacting nicely. Axeman coming through. Kvoth now needs to make Contarius, and he needs to make Contarius fast. At least that would be my assumption. Now, there may be a case that Murmillos are incredibly strong with the Serrated Blade. Plus, there's also a Kyribalis here, which I think is a great call. Kyribalis are very, very good. As we do see the Behemoth going for that third town center. Murmillos coming in. Villagers getting sent back to the town center there to sit on that one, as the army going to be crashing through in onto this position here. Murmillo here going after the Wadjet on the back here. All the units of the Rapl slowly starting to come down. Has Kvoth found the timing, or has he been a little bit too aggressive on this one? The Automaton still alive. One Wadjet still on the back here. It looks to me like Rapl has managed to hold on, but over here onto this town center, it does end up getting taken out. We see an economic guild getting dropped onto the front here. Citadel Center is down, and Kvoth, he's got to go back to the drawing board. Good hold from Rapl. He loses the town center. He didn't lose any villagers. So yes, he lost 550 food, or gold, I should say, but those villagers got away, and that villager differential is looking a lot more doable right now for the Rapl. And the Rapl, he's just going for a very defensive game plan right now. And all he's got to do is get the population advantage, and that is where his advantage is here. But will Kvoth allow him to do this? I'm not 100% sure. As the Murmillo slowly starting to push over here, but a couple of priests out, scare that big fat 75% pierce armor Behemoth away. And for those of you wondering, priests do true damage to myth units, so 75% pierce armor really does not help in the slightest against those priests. But still, it is what it is. That is how the game works. And Kvoth's going to have to pull back into his main base. You can see the difference in score right now. Heavily favoring Kvoth, but he doesn't have map control. He does have the upgrade advantage. If we take a look at his actual economic upgrades, he's missing himself a couple of really big ticket upgrades here. This is something that I'm surprised as he is playing as Gaia here. How much do they cost? They're so cheap. They're so cheap. He's got to get those upgrades. He does get himself the full farming upgrades because he knows he's going for mostly food units. Now we're starting to see some Arcus come through. I don't hate the Arcus at the moment because the spear numbers, very, very low. But you do have to be careful. If you build too many spears, what am I talking about? If you build too many Arcus, your opponent can start countering that really, really hard with a whole bunch of slingers. And that's exactly the kind of unit composition that Rapl was wanting to go for in this game. He hasn't been able to build them just yet because of Kvoth is going for mass infantry. So this is a really, really nice little tech switch from Kvoth to catch Rapl's infantry army out here in this position. As the village is getting pushed back, we also see that Rapl has grabbed himself back this third town center. And we're also going to have Orichalcum Mail. This gives 20% reduction to hack. Wow, it makes your Terminus even better. I didn't think the Terminus had any bonuses. Holy, Terminus can be absolutely bonkers with Orichalcum Mail. 20% bonus pierce. If you're wondering how to kill off the slingers, this army, just make Orichalcum Mail Terma. Are you kidding me? Rhea is actually really, really strong. Couple of hero Arcus going to be coming through here, sneaking through that palace, doing a bit of garrison micro. Doesn't quite manage to pick off any of the Wadgets. They're going to retreat back. Maybe Rapl's going to be able to heal those up. Slinger's pushing forward to get a little bit of a fright on there, but Atlas is on the way. Timing is on Kvoth's side right now. Can he get a good implode? A good implode will remove this army from the game. Now, Rapl's got the population advantage here. He does have a slight advantage on military resource cost, but he does have the advantage population-wise. He's got the same villager count, so it is population advantage on military here for the Rapl. Can he manage to make this work? I'm almost thinking right now, if I'm Kvoth, I just click implode down and I just take it. I take the implode myself here, and we'll see if that's what he's going to be doing. Taking the fight. Implode clicked over onto this side. Going to be retreating back here. The army of Rapl moving forward. Kvoth needs to turn around and start fighting this one. Those slingers shifting, sansing away with the slingers. Great play from the Rapl. He's still sitting at nearly full population here. We've got the Behemoth coming in onto this position as the army coming over here. The units coming back for the Rapl. Really, really great defense from the Rapl. There's a Scarab and a Behemoth that can take this town center down very, very quickly. Those Arcas here doing very nicely. More Murmillos are going to be coming through as the army of the Rapl pops in onto this one, trying to defend, but the town center will go down. Those Arcas on the back are doing great damage, but he needs to retreat back as more of those slingers are coming in. Kvoth needs to transition into Contarius here yesterday. Look at the army which the Rapl is building. He's got Axemen, he's got slingers. That's it. There's no spearmen here at the moment. If we build a whole bunch of Contarius right now, he would absolutely dominate this army, but he's now managing to take the Citadel Center down. I don't think it even matters here. Kvoth is all over the Rapl at the moment. Can the Rapl find his way back into this game? Villagers pushing forward, going to take out the Fire Siphon, but it's too little too late. Citadel Center going to be going down very, very quickly. Rapl has an opportunity to repair this one up. Is it going to be enough? He's barely keeping it alive. 40 HP, 20 HP, 10 HP, and the Citadel Center dies. Tornado getting dropped down to take out the palace on the front. Population of Kvoth dropping incredibly hard right now, though, as he is now down to 120 population. Rapl is still sitting at full population here as well, and the tides look like they have ever so slightly turned. In this game, we do see Champion Spearman, Champion Axeman coming in, Greatest of the 50, as well as Axe of Vengeance coming through for Rapl, so he is prepared for everything here. The problem is, preparation is one thing, but the unit composition you have right now is another. Look at it, 24 slingers, 21 axemen. The answer here is 60 more population of Contarius. That's the answer. But I'm not sure Kvoth has the time to make this happen. Walls down the bottom here for Rapl. This is the only gold mine that Kvoth has. Kvoth is in a very, very difficult position moving forward. He does not have the gold. He needs to somehow make an army which is going to be able to beat this army of the Rapl. And Rapl is now going to simply just come back, grab this town center, and be in a great spot here. We will be seeing Ram of the Force of the West Wind, excuse me. It's not Ram of the West Wind anymore. It's Force of the West Wind coming through. It's not an amazing technology when you're in the Mythic Age, because it doesn't like really gift you much in terms of the Siege Catapult coming up online in the Heroic Age, but it's a really, really nice technology to get nonetheless to make your catapults get some serious damage done. As we do see the units here going to try and break down this wall over here in order to open up that gold mine. Kvoth needs to figure that one out as the units here for the Rapl getting pulled away from that fight there. He's now getting brought back onto this location as the destroyers attempting to take this one down. There is a priest in, plus the villagers repairing. Repairing is really, really strong in a game of Age of Mythology. Kvoth knows that, and he's going to be pulling back. Rapl still defending nicely here. Upgrade-wise, let's take a quick look. Full bronze versus not quite. Just a couple of copper upgrades here. So there is an advantage here for Kvoth, but population advantage for Rapl. But that does mean there's a timing here for Kvoth to hit while he does have that tech advantage, and he's going to have to make it work. He's also got the population advantage for the time being, as he's got fortified town centers, but we are seeing the army now going to be crashing in. I don't think you need to focus down the town center. You need to kill the units of the Egyptian player, as those axemen coming through, they are souped up to the nines right now, as we do see a... Wait, did he misclick the... He must have misclicked the trader. They're souped up to the nines right now because they've got themselves Scalloped Axe and Axe of Vengeance, making those infantry units very, very weak in this game. Oh, we see over here, he stole a catapult. Okay, catapult going to be a good option here, as those hero Murmillo are going to be able to take out that Avenger very, very quickly on the backside. Meanwhile, walls back up. Gold mine, only 900 left in it. And Kvoth cannot work out how to beat these axemen right now in this game. Catapult gets taken down. Units retreating back. Those axemen are doing an absolute amazing amount of work in this game right now. In fact, it's almost as if Rapl can just go pure axemen here, though there are a couple of those arcists that he does have to be a little bit careful about, but having a couple of slingers over here will be a really, really big help. Meanwhile, slingers are able to take down a bunch of units over here as well. Does he have himself... he does have himself ballistics there. And the unit's going to pull back into his main base. Next, we're going to be seeing that Haunts of Consecration. Another idea here for the for Kvoth is to get out the Argus here, which really does displace the units in the fight. You have to run away from that acid spit, otherwise all your units will die. So it can be very, very strong, especially if you catch your opponent off guard there, as the army going to be sneaking down. Not necessarily sneaking, obviously coming down to the bottom side of the map here. Catapult's going to be able to take down these villages, as all of these villages moving up onto this gold mine over here for Kvoth. How long can he hold it? How long can he stay up at this position? He just does not have the right army composition in this game for what Rapl is building, and he's refusing to react to what Rapl has thrown his way in this game. Rain gets dropped down for the Rapl 22 minutes and 50 seconds into the game. He's going to get a huge amount of food income from this. I don't know if he's got himself 20 or 30 farms, 15 in the main base, a couple on the front here, 19. He's got a couple over here. He's got a whole bunch of farms. So he's going to get a huge amount of food boost there to start up a trade route or whatever he really wants to do. As units are crashing through here, Arcus going to be a decent idea. Another option here, if you don't want to invest in the heavy cavalry and champion cavalry, is to make Terma Arcus at the moment. What could Kvoth realistically, what could Rapl realistically make against that? Probably some sort of mass spearman slinger would be a nice change, but you know, you've got those archers to deal with it. You've got the kiting ability, and we all know how good archers are on mass. But again, Kvoth is not reacting here, and Rapl has managed to almost retake the score lead, as the axemen coming through are going to be bashing down those units on the back here. Even the Arcus are going to be losing against those axemen if the axemen get onto them. Now they've got 12.4 hack damage a second there, which is a lot of hack damage a second to be had. And Kvoth now, he's in a really challenging position. Rapl, he's getting himself the Titan Gate. He doesn't want to be allowing any sort of advantage here. Where's the Titan Gate? In the bottom of the map there. And in that moment, Kvoth does decide to tap out. Ladies and gentlemen, this is an absolute clinic here from Rapl for figuring out what his opponent is doing and countering it incredibly well. It might seem obvious: build axemen, build slingers, counter archer, counter infantry versus infantry archer, but sometimes it can be a little bit challenging in the moment to work those things out. The harder thing here is for Kvoth to work out what army composition to make here. He needs to be thinking Contarius and Murmillo and Terma and anything other than what he was building here in Arcus. If your opponent is making slingers and you opt into making Arcus, you're kind of asking to be countered and having a hard time of it. I hate to be that guy. Not only that, population-wise, Rapl was just in a great spot here for the most part in this game. Kvoth played a nice opening. He did get a really, really nice push in, but he didn't react to the army that was being made, and he could not continue to fight his way into an equal position here and get the dub. If you guys enjoyed this one, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTube, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next game.